So you want to
does
tell me
not
that
react in a
God
certain
is
way.
not perfect in design?
God is perfect. Why do I have cramps if I'm having period?
Why do my dick
Yes,
stand
to
up?
why do
when
I have
see
cramps
a
if I'm
very beautiful girl? Provisions that is available for women in this our era has actually induced some certain level of laziness that cannot be trivialized. If we did not have CS as a procedure at all, what would have happened is that, number one, no matter how afraid you are, you would have just tried as much as possible to go through it. And then let me tell you what CS does.
I don't care how you people see this, but just so you know, my wife cannot on her own decide to deliver by cesarean section. I have heard that some women no longer want to deliver vaginally and are opting for CS even when a vaginal birth is perfectly safe. That is unacceptable to me. Unless the doctor advises or recommends a CS due to medical reasons, she must deliver vaginally the way a woman should. She must deliver vaginally the way a woman should. Fear of pushing is not an excuse. I will not allow any woman to carry my child and then choose CS simply because she's afraid of labor pain. Fear of pushing is not a medical condition. Ha! Where do we start from?
Yeah.
So basically, we heard everything the man said.
Yes.
I don't want to say anything first. I want you to tell me what you think. First things first.
Okay. I heard what the man said, and I'm in support with the man because I believe that giving birth through the vagina is one of the easiest way to give birth. Understand? It's one of the easiest way to give birth. Understand? But because of the society we find ourselves now, so they feel doing the CS, the cutting of womb and bringing the child out is more of the CS because, like some women say, they can't push and the rest. But then again, then you go back. Understand? In the beginning, it wasn't so. Understand? Even the Bible say that she will give birth like an Hebrew woman, meaning even in childbirth, it does not take time. Understand? Like I've seen women is now the moment it starts, before they will even move from there to the hospital, the child is already coming out.
Every woman is not the same.
Yes, I am coming. So now these are the areas
Why are you
I
doing your
would
eye like
like.
that?
Listen now. So now
I'm listening.
these are the areas I would like to point at to. When you are married, um, know that we have some certain kind of women. Once they are pregnant, sex is out of it for them. They don't even want the husband to come closer. Good. And the moment you stay away from your husband, your pelvis, where the child come push out from, it's become tighter. Understand?
Wow.
So now when you are
Dr.
pregnant,
James.
I am coming. Understand? So because you know what, we must learn to make sense with everything. So now when you stay away from that sex during pregnancy, it makes everywhere tighter. So even the doctor will advise you that once you are pregnant, make sure you have sex, but not your husband clamping you. There are other ways and position. Good. Then the number two there, when some women are pregnant, they are lazy.
Again,
Be
people are
listening to
not the
what I'm saying. Be
same.
listening to what I'm saying. When we keep on saying people are not the same, people are not the same, people are not the same, God is still the same.
So
So now good.
God is the same.
Listen
God
now.
created genetics. Genetics are
Listen
not
now.
the same.
Okay, now wait
Because a
first.
woman had
Look at
it
what I'm saying now.
so smooth doesn't mean that the next person
Look
is
at
going to
what
have
I'm
the same
saying. I
experience.
am still coming there. Okay, women are not the same.
Yes,
Nobody
bodies
is
are
the
not
same.
the same.
I agree.
Even for the same
But now,
woman, no two
listen
pregnancies
now.
are the same.
Listen, but now there are some certain factors that you put into play.
Like what?
Understand? Yeah, like what I'm mentioning.
Like the person not exercising when they're supposed to.
During your pregnancy period,
Which
understand?
can necessitate
Like sex,
CS or something.
like you must continue to have sex and understand, just to keep that side open.
To make it easier to deliver.
To make it easier to deliver. Now your exercise, good. Now if you stay in the village with your mom when you are pregnant,
Hey, God of Nazareth.
now listen, there are some certain food
Yeah.
or
Do you
suit.
know?
I am coming.
Yeah, make your point now. We
Allow
don't
me
have
make
all
this
day.
point. Allow me make this point. Because
Let's
you know
allow
why
him
I
make
am
his
saying
point.
this, so that when you get married and you want to push, you don't become lazy. So
It's not about
so
being
you
lazy,
know
but
how
you know
to
that
position
there
again.
are some women that even when
I am coming.
they want to do
Now you see
exercise,
all
this
these
one is
things.
the doctor that tells
Now you
them
see,
don't do this kind of exercise,
listen,
just walk,
walk.
because you don't know how their body works.
Listen. So now you see this thing.
You are
Then
right.
again, understand?
Pregnancy changes a woman's body in ways that you might not be able to understand
wait.
internally.
You are right.
Now you see all these things. That is why I am saying in the beginning
It
it
was not
wasn't
so.
so. Understand? Now we have now come into a society when everybody is a doctor and
Like
there's the
you now, all
scientific
this thing that you
principles
are
that
saying
applies
now,
to everything.
you don't go medical school
Understand?
between last week and today.
Understand? So what am I saying? No, I don't need to go to medical school
What
to
are you
You are
saying? Make your
understand.
points. Make your points.
You have 4 kids, right?
Understand to understand this thing. Okay, now let me say I have 4 kids. Like she says, no woman are the same.
And even the
Understand?
pregnancies are not the same.
Understand?
Your first pregnancy might be smooth.
Understand?
The next one, you really can never
Now the
tell.
pregnancy are not the same. Understand? But in all my pregnancy,
No, it's more your
because
pregnancy.
once my wife carries, I'm gonna meet to the carrier.
Exactly.
My brother.
She
So
might not
What
understand.
happens in all our pregnant? Which of the all my pregnant? You as
it
a
is mine because she is not here now, so I'm the one speaking on behalf. So in
Make
all
your
the
point.
process
All my
now, understand? So
Exactly.
during all the process, all the childs were just there. Understand? So everything just came normal.
Yeah.
I
Even the
think that
funniest thing, even before we get to the hospital,
exactly. It's
two
okay,
of
Mr.
my
James. You
kids
have taken
came out. I've not
too
taken
much time
too
to
many
make your
time.
points.
So what I'm
And you are
saying is,
attributing that to the fact that it's
So what
because
I'm-
of the lifestyle she was engaged in before the
before,
delivery.
yeah.
She
So-
did everything she was supposed to do.
You
Like
guys-
made
me,
it easy.
now,
So what you are
now you see
suggesting-
my point now is I am coming.
You people
Yes.
are
Now you
trying
see
to-
my
you
point
people
now,
are-
listen now, like
This
you
point
see
you have
my
been
point,
making, make it
wait
already.
first now. Now, in the pregnancy point of 1 to 10, when my wife was pregnant,
Oh my
maybe
God.
it was because there was no. I must use myself.
I
As an
know.
example.
I'm saying that you're
Example.
taking too long to
I'm
make
not
your
taking
points.
too long, but you asked me this question, or you don't want me to talk again.
We cannot be
So
here for
you
the whole of
listen
the
now.
day now.
But we have not even started yet now. Now you are prologuing me because I have to answer you.
You
Don't
don't
talk.
have to answer
Don't
me. Your
talk.
point is
Don't
taking
talk.
too long.
So now on my list of points in pregnancy and everything, I make sure that if I cannot do 10, I do 9. Understand?
Of all the things that are required.
Yes, of all the things that are required. So then when we get to that hospital, understand, and she can still push, understand, then I'm not standing against the CS. But I believe that if you follow up the 9,
It will
with
reduce the
the-
tendency at
yes.
which CS
and
is
you
required.
So-
that is just the thing.
You-
Now we have ladies that are pregnant and they will tell you that they can't even stand, and if you complain, now they have this language, not your body
Not-
are the
yes,
same.
my-
But it's the truth.
By suggestion.
Hold on now. And the anchor.
by suggestion.
Don't suggest
Yeah.
anything. Now when I
No,
ask you, go
Understand.
talk.
One of the things I'm
Understand.
noticing. No,
Understand.
one of the things
Understand.
I'm noticing is
Yeah.
that you always speak about being open-minded.
So I'm trying to
Why
be
I'm trying,
open-minded.
yes,
I
no,
want to
you
do
always
another
speak about
question before
open-minded.
you start
The
suggesting.
open-minded, what I'm trying to understand,
Yeah.
you're saying is because you read something about whether or not because of the rate at which people are doing CS,
Yeah.
and this guy particularly, I think his idea is coming from the fact that we have
People,
the
I
highest
will
rate
send
of
Basi out of this
has-
podcast.
we have the highest
when the
rate of-
people, you're not longer listening
No,
to your
but
anchor.
we
The anchor has not
favor
answered
must
your
allow us
question.
talk in this podcast because we need to be making sense now.
Pardon
Yeah.
me, but I'm trying to I'm trying to reiterate what he said so that
Yeah.
you know that somebody is understanding him. Because I think
Okay.
what he's trying to say particularly is that the reason why a lot of women are going for CS is because they want to be lazy. That is what he's suggesting. That
Okay.
yes, that because he's saying that if they do everything they're supposed to do, eat the food they are supposed to eat, take the medications they are supposed to take, exercise when they're supposed to, the rate at which that CS will be required will reduce. Because
Yeah,
when
but
my wife
there are
was
two
pregnant,
angles.
yes, I'm coming. When my wife was pregnant, I can remember a lot of suggestions that were made, reduce
Yeah.
intake of sugar and all of those things. That
Did
if you
she
don't
or
do
did
it,
she not adhere to them?
if I'm coming, if she adheres to those things, that it will drastically
complication will
reduce,
reduce.
yes, the
Yeah.
rate of complication and the size of the baby. Sometimes it's not even complication, it's
This
that
size, yes.
yes, that no, we won't allow you to push because of whatever it
Eh,
is that might
yeah.
happen and all that.
Sorry.
So
and
no,
that-
Mr.
I'm
James,
not
you are spoken.
cutting you
Don't go
short.
back.
No, I'm not cutting short. Like if you
You just did actually.
sorry, like if you dive down into the Yoruba culture, once they are pregnant, a Yoruba mother always try to take care of their pregnant daughter with some certain kind of lift or food
Yeah, I've heard about that.
that reduce the
So-
Size of the child. So
So-
it's always
size
easier.
of
We
the
know
child,
that about their
so
culture.
that it is easier to be pushed
So
out.
let me tell you guys
I
something,
think
right?
if
From
you
what-
follow the rules and everything, it
It
becomes
becomes
easy.
easy.
But when you are pregnant and you want to eat chicken head and the whole cow head, you want to put everything into
Mr.
your
James,
now
hold
the child
on.
will get bigger.
Hold on,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Both you that said and you that is trying to reiterate. There are two things, and I don't think he's putting the two perspectives into consideration.
Go ahead.
Right?
Hmm.
While suggesting that women that want to go for say they want to be lazy and all of that, it's because of things like that, right? Because of statements like this or ideologies like this that some men trivialize the pain and the effect and impact of pregnancy on women. Because you're saying that because some people, well, yeah, that might be the case. Some people naturally would not want to put themselves. Some other people, it's not because they just want to be lazy. A woman who is her first time getting pregnant, you don't know the changes that her body is undergoing. The body is literally fighting that pregnancy because to the body it is alien.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how she feels. She doesn't know what she can't understand it. You cannot tell that woman that is trying to figure out that new season that she's just trying to be lazy. Are you the first person that is carrying pregnancy? You can't say that. So it's because of things like this, that ideologies like this, that people often say
Women.
no, it's because of ideologies like this. Both men and women alike often trivialize
Okay.
the pain of going through pregnancy, whether it's normal vaginal birth or CS birth. And then a lot of people say, you're not the first one to get pregnant. This other person is doing ABC things as they're pregnant. People are not the same.
And you're saying it's not just being lazy.
Yes,
it's
that's
just
what
that
I'm trying to say.
some people
It's not just
tend-
by sometimes you can do all those things right.
And still-
but at the point of delivery, they'll tell you, your BP is high. We can't
Your
let
BP
you go through this.
Yeah.
We have to. So you cannot just say it's because some
Okay.
people they want to.
So,
I think I'm doing the anchor now because
categorically
I think
just
I'm,
want
I'm,
to-
So
I'm,
now-
I'm
Listen,
listening
I want
better.
to ask you a question.
If no.
Yes, I've not asked
Okay,
any question.
That
Before
was-
you ask
I
him,
said that
before you ask him
to
a
correct
question,
some of the things he has
no,
said.
no, you
balance.
cannot
Place on level
correct.
of balance.
No, you cannot
Exactly.
correct.
And you've done that
No, you
marvelously.
cannot
Place on
correct.
level of balance.
Listen,
So
listen.
now I
no,
want
no,
to
no.
ask you a question.
No, you cannot correct what I've said because you said that the baby is like an alien to the woman's body and the body is trying to balance force.
Are you angry? Does that make
No,
you angry?
it's
How does that make you feel?
You're not
Now
a
you see-
woman.
no, no,
You
no,
don't
no.
know.
How
No
does
matter
that make
how-
you feel?
No matter how much
listen
support.
listen now.
Mr. James, you
Because
talked
the way
and we
the body-
allowed you.
listen,
No matter how much
because the
support
way
that you're
the body
offering
is
your
wired.
wife. you
Nobody
are
is
not
talking now.
the
Do you people
world.
know that nobody is talking now?
He has
This is
spoken
on
now.
podcast.
He has
Because she has
spoken.
to
I doesn't know why
allow
he wants
me
to keep talking.
because she has
I have a
to
question
allow
for
You
me
cannot
you.
to
keep
say.
talking
I have a
now.
question.
You've made your point.
Okay,
Okay,
excuse-
fine.
Wait.
I have written
Mr.
my
James.
own points than
Mr.
speak.
James.
No,
so
you
that
cannot
I
keep
will
talking.
say
Only
them
you.
later.
Not be only you do the
No,
podcast.
James,
Only you
wait.
cannot be
Wait.
talking.
That is why I said
I want
let
to
him
ask
talk. I
Basi
said
a
let him
question.
talk.
I'm the one that
Because
will
you know
ask
why?
him the
I could have
question.
asked you because I could have liked to comment on this.
I'm the one that will ask him the
like
question.
a
You
young
cannot
boy
just
now,
be talking.
Listen, it is naturally fixed. God has done it. Like as you develop as a man, now your body goes through these changes, expecting this. Understand? And as a woman too, now your body go through this changing.
What
expecting this.
if the why do you think people have hormonal imbalances? These things are not because God designed it that way. Doesn't mean that the body
So you want to
does
tell me
not react
that
in a
God
certain
is
way.
not perfect in design?
God is perfect. Why do I have cramps if
tell
I'm
me.
having period?
We are
No, God is perfect.
gradually.
Why do my dick
deviating
stand
into-
Why do
when
I have
see
cramps
a
if I'm-
very beautiful girl?
If I'm
It is by nature whether I am only see even though
it doesn't change
even
the
though
fact
I
that
fast
your
here,
body is experiencing something
even
new.
though I fast here and the Holy Ghost is standing here, if a naked lady pass, once my mind can think about it, my body will rise. It is natural.
That's what
Now you see
it
this
doesn't.
thing. No, wait.
What you're
Leave this
saying
thing.
does not negate the fact that because
you are
it's
a
natural
woman,
doesn't mean her
listen
body is
now,
not going to
listen now,
experience changes.
Because
That's
you
not
are
it.
a woman at a certain stage, biology, like the way God made it,
Biologically.
yeah. Now your body starts expanding, responding, awaiting.
Preparing
The
for-
response is a
Understand?
new thing to the body, so
Because
it
is
the
nature.
body is
It has
still
been aligned.
the body
It has
will
been
still react. I
built
don't know
for
what you are
this.
saying.
Understand? See,
I'm
now
just-
your body
I'm
has
just
been
listening to two
programmed.
of you.
Understand? As a software.
eh,
Now,
to accommodate that.
now if you
We're
run,
not saying that the
if
body
you
has not
run
been built to
a
accommodate it. That's not
software,
what we are saying.
as this
I'm
You
system
know,
saying-
is
the
now,
more two people talk, the more we
just talk.
elongate this
Because-
Is it not him that doesn't want to allow me
No,
finish my
I
question and
believe
ask you a
that-
question?
I believe that.
Okay, wait,
I
Mr.
believe
James.
that
You're
as
supposed
this,
to allow me finish what I'm
James,
saying and
there
then
is
ask
all-
you a question.
Mr. James, let
So-
me give you.
I want to
Let
ask
me
you a
give you-
question, Basi. I want to ask you a
Ask me a
direct
question.
question.
Me.
Yes, I
I
want to
thought
ask
I was the one anchoring. Like I like the way you are bantering yourselves and all
before
that.
I ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
No matter how, as a man, no matter how much support, right, you provide to your wife. Yeah, you people say you are the one carrying, both of you are carrying the pregnant, which is ideal. That's okay.
Yep.
Because you're there, you're present physically, emotionally, and every other across board, right? So, but no matter how much support you provide to your wife during the course of pregnancy, you will never feel it as much as she does because you are not the one.
She's the
carrying
first
child.
responder.
Yes.
Or the first receiver.
Yes. So while God is perfect, we're not disputing that. It doesn't mean that because the body has been programmed to
No,
carry.
the
It
devil
doesn't
has
mean that.
already interfered in.
Yeah,
what
so it
God
doesn't
did
mean that
and
the
all
body
that.
will not respond.
Okay,
But
I
I
think,
want to ask you a question. You talked about how that when your wife, you made reference to when your wife was pregnant and the things that they say don't do. So I want to ask, in the process of that, drawing from what he said about if you can't do 10, you do 9 to reduce the risk of complication and all of that. When your wife was pregnant, did she adhere to the 9 or 10 of the things? And what was the result afterwards? Because you mentioned earlier that your wife had to go under the 9 via CS, right?
Yeah.
So
Twice.
So
That's
how
why when
do
I'm
we
looking
get
at
to
you,
that
people,
point?
people don't have experience. I'm just looking at you people. Inexperienced people.
How
around
do
me.
you get? Is it because she did not do the things that she was supposed to do? And then I feel like we've also, slightly digressed from the original.
yes.
Because
It's
the
because
man
the two people they're
originally, the
talking.
man, he didn't say that he's against CS. He said he doesn't understand why a woman would want to do CS when there's nothing wrong with her to deliver vaginally, right?
Yeah.
Before I even say my own personal opinion, which is towards tail end, I want you to answer what I just asked.
Okay, and before I answer, I'll plead that you people don't interrupt me when I'm answering.
See the person that you will
Yes,
pleading.
because one thing I know that
No, I still have a lot to say,
yes,
but
I know.
but
You cannot
I will not
monopolize our
interrupt
podcast.
you. I
I'll
will
let you go
not
dey talk. Person want
interrupt
to
you.
talk,
I
you
will
still-
not-
still dey
This
disturb
is
the
a very,
person.
very good
You say you're not
topic.
cutting him short, but
Understand?
you cut him
And
short.
I'm here to address the ladies, whether you
Please
like it
stop,
or not.
Basi.
Today I will address them. You cannot stop me from not doing that
One of the
because we
things-
have
Stop
lazy
cutting Basi
people
short.
around. Lazy people getting pregnant and they don't want to do the right thing. Want to do CS? Want to cut yourself open? Is that a gift?
one of the things that our podcast is to be doing is to
Inform and
to
educate.
inform and educate. Yes, because we have impressionable young people there that are still going to meet these things. So we don't want to, create a perception that this thing is a
One size fits all.
Yes.
It's a law.
something that will scare
Just
people
go ahead.
and
Just
would
go
not
ahead.
want to
Just go
do
ahead.
it
Just
and
go
all
ahead.
that.
Forget about the
But I
audience.
said most time when we are talking, let's be number one is it's good to provide balance. So though sometimes the balance is always negative, but I'm trying to say that experiences are unique, as you said. Women body are not the same, particularly. But I think that there are contributions that you can make to make sure that you don't hit that place, where it is must be required. And particularly the question you were asking me, my wife has given, we have 2 kids, and all of them came through CS.
Yeah.
And none of them were because my wife wanted to give birth through CS.
Or because she did not adhere
Yes.
to the things she was
Yeah.
asked to.
I wouldn't say that it was all because I had to sometimes insist that some things are done because I know that the human nature sometimes it's not like
And it's not
you
because
don't
she
want
doesn't
do-
want to do it.
Sometimes you just want to be like every other person. It's just like a feeling. Okay, why should I just be doing like
Sometimes you're just too
throughout the-
tired.
Just let this
keep
boy just
going
talk
and
now.
all
What
that.
the-
So
I'll start
what
talking.
What
oh.
I'm saying particularly is this. As I said the other time when this topic was brought up, that we cannot negate the fact that some provisions that is available for women in this our era has actually induced some certain level of laziness. That cannot be trivialized because that cannot actually be removed from the conversation. Because let me tell you, if we did not have CS as a procedure at all, what would have happened is that, number one, no matter how afraid you are, you would have just tried as much as possible to go through it. And let me tell you what CS does. CS, the effect of this procedure is that you cannot have more than 4 kids if it is done by good people, like professionals. And sometimes at a later stage in life, let's assume somebody gives birth to 2 and 1 dies or so and want to go back because you've gone through CS that could have been avoided. Then you have actually limited the number of kids you're going to have. And now I'm not trivializing in any way about what
Complications can
women.
have in
Yes,
either ways,
my
whether
wife.
with normal
Why
birth
my
or
wife?
not.
When the last year she had was, we went to the hospital just for routine checkup, and we understood that she has preeclampsia, and there was emergency CS that was done. Without that CS, we don't know what would have happened.
Yes.
That at that point, you cannot induce her to
It's
start pushing her.
medically
Not,
recommended.
Yes.
That's not
medically
the bone of contention.
recommended.
Yes.
At that point.
At that point.
You
The
get,
man
but
doesn't have a
normally,
problem with that.
yes,
Nobody's
but
arguing with that
normally,
one.
yes,
Yeah.
but normally, you're supposed to give birth normally. But a lot of women, because what this guy is trying to push out there is that he doesn't understand why you'll be okay. There's nothing wrong with you, and then you want to go under the knife. Right?
No, he said fear
He
of
said-
labor is
yes,
not. But you know
fear-
that fear of
he
labor
said-
can kill somebody in the labor
That's what
room.
I'm saying. Now, for fear of labor, I would suggest that it's an understanding between you and your spouse. If I see that my wife, everybody is not the same. There are people who are
Yes, their minds are already.
yes, they are
yes.
strong. Used to be, and then I said something about environmental changes. I said it last time. I said I gave you people an example of a 2-year-old kid that I saw crossing the main road going to buy something, and
And
all
I
that.
told you
And
that.
I told you that
because motor
and
never jam that.
no, I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying that those things may not happen. I didn't say that may not happen. I'm saying that because of the environment where that child is brought up, he has learned not to fear anything. But I now give you an example of a 20-year-old person I saw who cannot cross main road. Why? Because she has been indoors all her life, went to a boarding school. The mother brought her back just to go and buy something. The mother will hold her hand just to cross main road. It's also environmental. Now, let me tell you, if something happens where we need survival skill, that 20-year-old person is likely to die just because of the fact that he didn't acquire the necessary skill they're supposed to acquire at some point in their life. And it's because of the environment was created to accommodate that kind of shortcoming. And now let's bring it back to the conversation. We have high level of CS. When I was in the hospital with my wife, I asked the doctor, how many CS do people do in a day? They were telling me that as we were talking that day, they've done 9 CS
Okay.
on women. And most of them, there were no complications. No
Okay.
complications. And what I'm saying that particularly is that some of them may be unnecessary. And some of them think that it is easier. Let me tell you, CS is not easy.
It's not.
It's not easy. It's because I think it's just misinformation. They are telling them that you don't have to piss, you just lie down and they just cut you open. It's a lie.
CS is the
Let me
hardest.
tell you, do you know the maintenance, the aftermath,
Yeah.
the antibiotics and all of those things, the cleaning,
Well, all
you have
of
to
that.
do, the hourly, whatever maintenance. Me and my wife, when we have to open up my wife, be cleaning 6 hours and all of those things. I think if young people are informed properly, they will know that we can leave CS to just be done when it's required. But if you have extreme fear, it's also not something
Advisable.
Yes, it's
So,
also not something
I
to be
think I
trivialized
have
because
a
that is
problem.
enough reason, self, to
For
make
you to even have complications in there.
So
My problem is
so what
him
I'm
saying that
I'm
fear
not-
of labor is not an
So
excuse.
what I'm saying particularly now is that I'm not trying to say that the guy was totally right, and I'm not saying that Mr. James is totally wrong, but I'm saying that we should introduce a certain level of balance because if we keep abusing it like this, it has effect. Somebody is coming up, the person is not even considering trying to give birth normally just because it's available. And let me tell you that we cannot trivialize the fact that mentally is inducing some certain kind of natural fear itself. You say, okay, let me not even consider it. I can just do CS straight and all that. It has effect, and it's not
it has
the
been made
easiest.
available, and if you
It's not the
technology
easiest.
was like prior conversations we've had, technology was made to or was invented for us to have ease on certain things that we do. So if it would take me 1 week to use a machete to cut down a tree, and then it would take me 2 hours using a chainsaw, why would I want to go through the stress of using a machete?
I'm
when I could
I'm
use
saying
the
that
chainsaw?
yes. What I'm saying particularly is
So
that
if
we have to provide
that fear is there already for the
Good
person, and there's
understanding.
an
What was
alternative to use.
originally
Yes.
created
There shouldn't
for
be
you to
a
give
problem
birth
with
with.
it.
What?
So-
So now, because of
so
technology now,
but what
you don't want to give
particularly
birth
I don't
the
like
normal way again.
that somebody
You
is
want to be
talking
cutting
on
off
the
your-
internet does not mean the person is always right.
It's not right.
Mr. Buchi is somebody I follow a lot.
That guy's never
I like
right
what
in
he
most
said.
things.
No, I know he's right, but he is saying
Tell
that.
me that you go and do
What
this.
did he say? What did Buchi say? What? Are you sure you listened to what Buchi said?
Didn't I hear what he said?
He read out what the person
But
said,
now
and then he offered his own opinion on the subject.
Yes, on the subject, saying that he that the guy does not have any right
Yeah.
as to
As to he said that as long as you're not, like I said,
as
no
long as
matter
you're
how
not the one
support you,
carrying
how much support you have to offer,
the
if you're not
baby,
the one carrying the child, you
child.
shouldn't get to solely decide on what manner
guy is not
the child
solely
comes.
deciding.
But that's what he said.
Now
He
you
said
know why
no
you
wife
must
of
decide.
his is going to deliver CS.
Now
through
you
CS,
know why you will
except
decide.
it is medically
Now you
recommended.
know
So it
why
doesn't
you will
matter. It's
decide.
going to have said fear of
Listen,
pushing is not
not
it's not an
enough.
excuse. It
Excuse
means
me.
if that
See,
kind of
bro.
man wants his wife
Bro,
to
see.
deliver and there's no complication and she says she's afraid, you will say you must deliver.
Let
No
me
matter
tell you
which
something.
risk you must
Are
child
you
born
hearing
as long
me?
as
That's
there's
where
no complication. So that's
me?
where
that's where
yes.
Are you
encouragement
hearing
and
me?
kindness come
No,
from.
no, see,
comes into
see.
the conversation.
If we are being sincere with this topic, what Bushi is saying, that the man does not have the solo rights, and you are saying this, if I'm your husband, like I have a wife now, if my wife is pregnant,
Don't worry, you go. She go be
understand?
pregnant.
Excuse me,
You
no,
will have that fifth
no,
child,
I'm not having
and
it.
it will be four quadruplets.
No,
four girls.
I want you to have
You go
one.
get full body.
I want you to have one so that we can be on the same line. Understand? Now you see this thing.
You're throwing bomb here.
Now you see this
I'll
thing.
get there now.
Yeah,
Stop,
sure.
won't I get
Good,
there?
good, sure.
Definitely.
Now you see this thing of
Very soon.
of the man does not have a solemn right because he is not the one.
Not that he doesn't
carrying
have
I'm not in
it.
it.
He doesn't
support
have
of
the
that one that the man
entirety.
does not have
of the
listen,
say. No, he didn't
listen.
say the
Because
entirety.
no, you said
of the
it.
decision does not lie in his hand.
Because
This
you
idea
are
you
my
pushing
wife.
that a woman is her
Understand?
body, she decide what to do
Understand?
with it. I don't agree with that.
Once you are my
particularly.
wife, now you see that ownership of your body that you are so intending in claiming right for. Just better stay outside that marriage. If you want that right to your body 100%
You
and
guys-
everything.
you guys
now you need
remember
to
when,
stay outside that marriage and not inside the marriage. As far as you are carrying my child and you are my wife, now all your responsibility falls back to me, your husband. Understand? What you eat, your safety, how you delivers, and your mental health, all those things fall back to me, that I must make sure that you are okay and all right medically, financially, like in any aspect of life. You are not my responsibility. So as my wife, now the day you open your mouth and you tell me that because I'm not the one carrying it, I don't
you don't have any say.
have the so right, I wash my hand away.
I
will tell,
you didn't say
listen,
you don't have a say. He said you don't
no,
have.
you said those words. No,
Yeah,
you said
that's
it
what he
out.
said. I'm not the
Understand?
one that said it.
Now,
He's the one that said
now
it.
I will remove my hand and you go to your parents' house that they have the so right because they gave birth to you. Then you do it there. Because as far as you are my wife and you are with me, I will tell you that for now. Because if anything happened to you at the end of the day,
Anything can still happen, even if you're delivering to vaginal birth.
Excuse me.
Have you not heard of complications
Excuse
from
me.
this thing? No, you say if anything
Excuse me.
happens to you,
I
why make
am
it look
the
like it's
one.
only through tears that
I
people
am
die?
the one that your parents will
People
hold
die even in normal
responsible.
delivery.
Understand? See,
Some
so
things that could have been
as
avoided in
far-
normal delivery, they insist on
listen,
and they die.
because you know what,
Complications are both ways.
understand?
Stop streamlining
I
it.
see giving birth the right way, the way God.
There's no wrong way of giving birth.
The way God create it as
There's
the,
nothing like
as
right way
the
and wrong way.
best
Me,
and
I just
easiest
want
way.
that baby out.
Yes, there's nothing like wrong way and right
Listen,
way. Which one is the right way? Which is now the wrong way?
Listen. Except you have the complications that we are saying it.
And it's recommended.
And it's recommended. Why will you go and tear open your
For
stomach?
somebody to come out and say that
Understand,
fear of pushing is not an excuse.
Now we
have you carried a
now
child
we
before?
have animals. Maybe because they are animals. Understand? Now, a animal, no matter how tiny it is, does not fear the process of giving birth because it is nature. It must pass through that process. And the animal body has been built into it with growth and time. Understand? Now we get now to the human being, now the higher ones. Understand? Because we have sense. And sometimes our sense is foolishness. Understand? Except it is medically required. Why will a normal person with sense not give birth in the normal way that you have fear?
Fear of
What
pushing is
fear?
actually a thing. In case
What
you
is
don't
fear?
know.
Fear
It's
is
actually a thing.
Fear is a limitation standing before you for you to discover your essence and the promise
So you
of
have to
God.
overcome. That
Nobody
fear.
says that. Nobody
No,
saying
no,
that you can't overcome.
Let
You
us
have to
just
overcome.
say this. Understand?
Nobody is saying that you can't
Because the
overcome, but if
moment
that you
I
overcome
say
will lead you to
this
die
is
because you
what-
want to
it
deliver
is
through
not-
natural birth.
now
Is that
your-
not stupidity?
How will your fear lead you to die?
What are you saying?
Now, this is assumption. Understand? Assumption.